different type of video. I'm going to show off my camera. So this is a GoPro Max. It's similar to a GoPro Hero, and I'm just going to start playing the video. This is the video editing software that we're in, the player, and this is the Macintosh version specifically. The PC one doesn't do this, unfortunately. So anyway, it looks kind of boring, but you can see things kind of moving around. We will, like, a lot of times, like, have this already mounted in the Jeep because we're recording footage. But when I go to gas stations and stuff, I put it in 360-degree mode on purpose because we have the dog in the car, and I want to see like what's going on in case something happens. So you can see like I just auto started the car and everything for the Jeep, so the dog has air conditioning and stuff. But the difference with a 360-degree camera is like you can zoom all the way out, and you can actually get 360 degrees, and not only that, but you can like move the camera too. So this is kind of trippy, right? So you can pick, and there's Grace right there, like trying to figure out like why am I walking away? And yeah, it's going to be a little bit laggy and jumpy a little bit because we're in that editing software and we're playing it like right off the card. But like this ability to zoom in and move around is what they call reframing. So we can reframe it down to like 1080p, and once again you have this like whole 360 degrees to work with, which is different than the regular GoPro, because normally with a regular GoPro it's just looking in one direction and then you just sort of get like what it's facing at. Now this wrap here that you're seeing, this is a really good example to show you this concept with GoPros. So this right here is called a barrel lens, or sometimes they call it fisheye. So what that means is basically because the lens is very, very small, the center of everything like looks like wonderful, but that outer edge is going to have this like barrel lens or fisheye effect going on, where things that you know that are straight are not straight. And just by turning the camera and facing it, you'll see that now the things over here are wrapped, and even these you can see like the wrapping going on. It's most visible on straight items like buildings or even maybe trees. You can see here it is on this antenna here. You can really see it. So like GoPros have like obviously linear mode. You're gonna say, oh, linear mode fixes it. Well, all that linear mode does, honestly, for the most part, is it basically just like chops this, which like looks great, and then like that's what you get, and then it just sort of discards all this other stuff. And maybe it does a little bit of magic on the edges, but you know, you don't get the super wide, and by just looking at the center of the screen, you get the linear mode. Okay, so let's play around with editing software a little bit so you can see it, because a lot of people don't have these cameras and they're just kind of interested in it. And this is a lot of work, and I'm going to make mistakes because I'm not like a pro at this by any means. But let's say we wanted to start here. Okay, so there's these little features here at the bottom that you can click on that I'm going to show you. One of them is called World Lock, and the other one is called Horizon Level. With Horizon Level, it's going to try its best to level the camera, and it will keep the camera level all the time. So then, you know, if you're walking around running or whatever, like it will just magically act like it's on a gimbal and move the lens, so then everything stays nice and level, and it looks like you're floating. Kind of cool. Then this World Lock thing keeps the camera always facing in the same direction. So then, you know, if you're driving around and the World Lock is on, it'll always be facing like say north or south or whichever direction you started with. And we don't want either one of those right now with what we're doing. So I'm going to start here with like what looks like a normal view, and then there's this rotate thing here where you can like rotate the camera really easily, and you can do this with keys on the keyboard. I know that too, but we'll just start here so it looks kind of like a normal Jeep video, and then we're going to hit reframe, and then we want it to be white. So there it's reframed already. And then here's another spot that I've reframed, I guess. We're gonna stop here, and like you want the second reframe right here where you're getting ready to like pause it. Anytime you pause, you always want to put like a frame like right in it. And let's see, we want to pause like right about right there. Okay, so now we have a pause, and we know it's paused because the guys are moving, right? So in that pause, that little window, that's where you can like pan around. And usually you want to pause it when you pan around. So let's maybe pick to turn around and face me, even though this is not like really the most interesting thing to see. You're gonna get to see what I'm talking about. And we'll put a frame there. Okay. So now let's see what we've done. right? So we're just going to play it through again. Somebody's walking around, and then we froze it so we can get this like kind of like wrap around. And as you saw, we were able to do this like kind of weird stuff. Now let's maybe just like recenter it here a little bit without the pause, and then let's do a little zoom to like maybe where the dog is. We'll put another frame there. So as you can see, we have the ability now to like basically move the camera around and have it face different things and do all this kind of like neato stuff after we shot the video. So this seems cool and everything like that, but this is like really super time consuming. And so like let's say we wanted to like have the video follow me, let's say now. So we're just going to put a keyframe there. We're going to zoom over here, right? Say that. Now I've stepped out of the frame, right? So let's go back here maybe and then recenter it. Right. And then where did I go? There I am. Right. I'll put one there. Stop. Put one there, and then we have to do a little rotation. And I'm just showing you how much work it is, just so you can get an idea of how this works. That probably looks right. Maybe we'll do a little zoom. And now we'll, like, let's say we pan around to see the dog's reaction, maybe. And you can do these giant things. Whoops. Right here, let's say. Yeah, I screwed that up. Let's do it again. So you always need to have the white diamond. There's a dog right there. Perfect. Alright. And let's do just a hair rotation. There, now we have the white diamond. Okay. And then let's like even maybe center in on the dog. And that's Grace, our Corgi. There are limitations on how much you can zoom. And she's just trying to figure out like what's going on. Let's put another keyframe there. Okay, so we've probably been editing this for a while. But let's go through, and I'm just going to play through in the editing software and let you see what we've done. So you can kind of see like what people are talking about with the reframing. And I'm going to move the mouse around so you can actually see how we did it. Now it does, like I said, it looks jerky. That's because we're in the editing software. When we export this out, it will not be jerky. And there are different export settings up here, 16 to 9, 19 to 6, 4 to 3, 3 to 4, 1 to 1. So what all this is like whether or not you want it to be like wide angle, or whether or not you want to have it look like a cell phone with like the tall screen. It's like what is the screen size basically going to be when you export it. Whammo jammo, turn around. So it looks like, you know, there's somebody here editing, like moving the camera around with the reframing. But in reality, all that's going on is we're just editing it in post. Hey, so now I'm going to show you the final product after I did all the rendering and stuff, so you get to see what it looks like actually in the video with the original sound. Hey, so hopefully this little tutorial, I guess, was helpful to let you see the difference between a regular GoPro and a Max and like what you can do with it. Like I said, I normally run it in hero mode, so it's just like a regular GoPro and you only get that front footage and I don't have to mess around with like this reframing stuff. But you know, under special like situations, I do just push a button and put it in 360 mode and then deal with all the reframing and stuff afterwards. And I also use it like kind of like for security when she's in the car, like when our Corgi's in the car and you know, I'm in the gas station or whatever for whatever reason.